Yo, what's going on guys, Arekkz here, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the HyperX Alloy FPS Mechanical Gaming Keyboard. This is one of two keyboards that I use on a regular basis, this one especially so when I'm travelling due to its compact design. So in this video we're going to take a look at it in depth and also put it through its paces whilst playing The Division. True, not an FPS, but it's the PC game that I play above all else, so it seems only fitting. I also want to give a shout out to HyperX for sponsoring this video and also for very kindly providing me with an extra one so that I can give it away to one of you guys. If you guys want to win, then stick around to the end of the video for more details. Now, kicking things off on the outside, of course, on the front we have a picture of the keyboard itself with full backlit keys, and in the top right you can see that this has Cherry MX Blue keys. Now, for those of you guys unfamiliar with mechanical keyboards, without going too in depth, mechanical keyboards have physical switches under each of the keys as opposed to a keyboard-wide membrane that is often found in more basic keyboards that typically come with, say, like if you buy a PC. Mechanical keyboards are great to type on, they feel really responsive, they also typically last a hell of a lot longer than your conventional keyboards, and if you're someone that likes the clicky sounding keys, then there's that too. On the back you get a look at what's inside, which is the keyboard, the USB cable to connect it to your PC, a nice carry case, and some replacement keys, which we'll get onto shortly. But if we then switch over to the keyboard itself, this is what it looks like. As mentioned at the beginning, I use this a lot when I travel. If I ever have to work out of a hotel room, I absolutely hate using laptop keyboards, so I always take a keyboard with me, and thanks to this not only having a compact design, but also having a carry case, this is now my go-to option when on the go. It's got a solid steel frame, which makes it feel like a genuine quality product. It also makes it a little bit more durable, and that does of course add a little bit of weight to it, but it's nothing, too drastic. Of course, on the bottom you have your usual keyboard feet if you want it raised up for when you use it. Then on the back you have a mini USB port to connect the cable to, and another USB port in the keyboard if you want to charge the device on your desk. As for the cable itself, it's a braided cord with two USBs on one end. Now if you're using this as a regular keyboard or you've got limited USB ports, then you only actually need to plug in one of these two USBs. But if you plan on using the charging port on the back of the keyboard, then you're going to need to plug in both. The other cool thing about this, and the reason that this is called an FPS keyboard, is because it comes with a few interchangeable keys, specifically WASD and numbers 1 through 4. You have this handy key here, and it just clips over the key you want to remove, and you pull it off. And of course, you can then see the Cherry MX Blue switch behind it too. The WASD keys are textured, so when you're playing, you'll be able to feel where they are, and also it gives you a little bit more grip on those keys. And the number keys are coloured as well. I imagine it's just 1 through 4 because they are going to be the most common keys you're using if you are, say, switching weapons or gear in, those sort of games. Also, as mentioned earlier, the keyboard itself is fully backlit in red, and there are various lighting options if you want to mess around. I appreciate you might not be able to see it too clearly right now as it's daytime, but it's there for sure. Now, that was a quick look at the keyboard itself. In the background, you guys can see it in action whilst I run through an underground mission in The Division. But for those of you guys looking for some thoughts, this is genuinely a very nice keyboard to use. I'm actually pretty picky when it comes to my keyboards, especially when you consider that I spend my days editing, recording, gaming, etc. So my keyboards get a hell of a lot of use. I've also never really been a fan of those silent, soft key offerings. I prefer the more tactile feel of mechanical keyboards. They're much more satisfying to use, and they also last much longer. The nice thing about the Alloy is that being so compact, if your space is limited, then you don't have to worry about it taking up a large portion of your desk, which some mechanical keyboards can do so. I've had a couple of beefier options in the past, and while they were great and they served their purpose, they were also pretty bulky. So the Alloy gives you the best of both worlds in that it's mechanical, feels great, sturdy product, but also doesn't take up huge amount of space. And as mentioned, for me personally, it's more about portability, because if I'm traveling, then this can go in my backpack or in my suitcase, no worries. The steel frame also makes it a lot more durable, so if it does get thrown around in my suitcase, then I know that when I get on the other side, it'll still be working. So in short, if you guys are looking for a keyboard and want something that is good quality, gonna last, and also just looks cool at the same time, then definitely consider checking this out. In fact, if you guys want to check it out for yourself, then I've left a link to Game's website down below. The product is listed on there, so you guys can find out a bit more about it should you want to. However, if you want a chance to win one, then also in the description box down below is a link to a Gleam competition. Follow that link and follow the instructions, and you will then be entered. You'll just have to follow a few Twitter accounts, namely myself, 269, both of whom run this channel, and also HyperX, as well as checking out the product on their website. You do that, you're entered, and given the proximity to Christmas, I'm going to run this for about 2 weeks and then pick the winner and have the keyboard out to you in time for the new year, just when I get back from my holiday. Any questions, of course, drop them down below, but if you guys enjoyed this video, then a like would be super appreciated, and thanks for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.